I'm going to make this short and sweet. I am a big fan of Iron Man. I love the character. I grew up reading Iron Man when I was a young kid, and when I was reading Bendis, I liked the character of Ironheart. I thought she was very fun, really enjoyable to read. I thought she was really intelligent on her story. However, there were some things that I felt like, okay, yeah, I get it. Some fans didn't like that she took over Latveria, or her story really doesn't make any sense, and X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, okay, I get your fucking point, fuck. And I get some fans bad feedback on her, and they dislike her because they really don't like the fact that she's super intelligent and X, Y, and Z, and they call her Mary Sue. By the book, all the names you could possibly think of to the character, and it really sometimes is annoying. But when they announced that Marvel is doing a show about her, and along with that, Armor Wars was happening as well, I'm hoping that she appears in Armor Wars. I'm hoping that she appears in Armor Wars to make sense to have her build an Iron Man suit. Because if you look at her story, she's a girl that pretty much lost her family, and later down the line, when she was a young teenager, she built an Iron Man suit. And you find out everything about her in her family history in her solo title. But besides all that shit, she's a character that everyone really dislikes a lot, especially. And I know that very well because I was one of those defenders that really liked the character. I was one of those people that really liked the character. I thought she was fun. I thought she was really enjoyable to read. I thought she was really refreshing because she reminded me during the time frame when James Rhodes was Iron Man for the very first time, and she gave me that feeling. So to have her get represented is a really cool thing at one hand, but also it's also a bad thing at the same time at the other hand, because I'll explain why. You have a girl that is super intelligent, and really overall they haven't done nothing with the character that's genuinely worth a shit that really could push for a TV show. And it says a lot when you have people like me saying that, because you have people like me saying, well, you could do a show about War Machine because there's enough stories to do that. But you don't have enough stories with Ironheart. Because when you look at James Rhodes, there's history with Rhodey. There's history with James Rhodes in the Iron Man lore than Ironheart. And I feel like they're going to do Ironheart just because of diversity. Just because of bullshit reasons. And at one hand, it's great to see that. It's great to see diversity be represented, but also there's this worry factor of, if you don't have a really interesting story, you're going to lose your audience pretty bad. And I just feel like there are people now more than ever like me are going to be raising an eyebrow on how are you going to have this character be truly great and not have everyone hate this character. Because it's in better words, I'm just saying I'm terrified. I'm just terrified. I'm dreading how people really think of this character on the MCU fans. I'm sure a lot of comic book fans are just rolling their eyes like, oh, I'm dreading her coming into the MCU. And I'm like, oh, God, here we go. These people. And a lot of these people would rather have Morgan Stark or just not have anything to do with Morgan Stark or Ironheart herself, Riri Williams. But it's just, it depresses me. It just, I'm terrified. I'm preparing for the worst, and I just don't know what else I could say. But at the other hand, I'm excited at the same time because, you know, you're talking to a fan who really enjoyed her, who defended her when everyone hated her, and during the time frame when Bendis was writing her and everyone was shitting on her all over. It was just like, I absolutely loved her. I thought she was fucking amazing, and you know, I just sometimes wish that, you know, someone out there could please have her face Iron Man villains. I just feel like she needs to face Iron Man villains to really, truly shine as a character, because when you look at War Machine, it's night and day overall. And I just really wish that she could have gotten that big push. But, I mean, besides all that shit, I mean, I really think they got a good actress. I really think that they are doing a really good job on the casting choice and everything between, and I'm overall excited. But, I mean, it's just, all I'm asking is just three things. Number one, they change her origin story up. Number two, have her be a humongous, crazed fangirl of Iron Man. That would make sense for her to be a superhero. Number three, have her face fucking Iron Man villains, for fucking crying out loud. And number five, and the last one, adapt the stories that she faced in the Iron Man comics. Have the two Inhumans, have her real father and everything a little between on that whole hunky-dory shit in her solo books, and have Wakanda be in season 2 of her and go forward in direction, all that stuff. And you also have her truly be a superhero, have her truly shine, and of course have the AI Tony Stark as well, but don't have it where they do nothing with that character. Have it where he has a different personality, like he's very cold on certain things. Have her be trained by the AI Tony Stark. Have her do all this kinds of crazy shit. Have her face fucking Peter, for fucking crying out loud. That would be pretty cool to see Peter's reaction to Ironheart. That's something that is going to be really interesting, because when you look at her, she's basically going to be the same type position that Peter was in a long time ago. And I would love to see Peter's thoughts. Maybe we'll see that in the movies when she appears, or maybe she appears in a Spider-Man film. We'll see. I mean, granted, it's 50-50 that will happen, but I mean, knowing Sony and Marvel, they work for a partnership, and Sony wants to have their universe fit into the MCU. It would make sense to have Peter meet up with Ironheart. But I'm expecting that maybe at least season 2 or 3. But I'm just expecting her to show up in Armor Wars and have her make her Iron Man suit, and the rest is history. I don't want it to where, oh, she makes an Iron Man suit, fucking bullshit reasons. And that is something where it worked for the comics. You need to do better in the show and also in the MCU. That is actual believable. Because I'm just worried that she's going to be a controversial character yet again. I'm just saying how I really feel. I'm telling you my opinion. If you disagree, love to know. Anywho, I'm done now. I gotta do my Iron Man reviews. It's like 2 a.m. in the morning, and I really been working on this video for a while, and I might as well say my piece. I'm looking forward to the show, but I'm just terrified. I'm so terrified.